All right, we got the Ferrari Roma in the spray booth, masked up, ready to rock and roll. New quarter panel, primered it, blocked it, prepped it, took off the door so it's not in our way, and then there's no seams on the Ferrari, so we're gonna have to shoot the whole entire roof and this quarter panel because it's all one piece. So unfortunately, a little extra work when we have the seamless roofs, quarter panels, etc. on the Ferraris, but it's all right. We'll throw some paint here since we got a new bumper, blend the paint on that side, feather in the paint on this side. We'll see how the door matches up. Worst case scenario, we'll blend the door and the trunk. Other than that, color is good, or at least it's blendable. With the blend you won't see it, but we'll shoot the whole entire rear end, shoot the whole entire bumper, blend it in here, stay away from the door, stay away from the front, and it should look pretty good to me. First thing we're gonna do is I'm mixing up my sealer. It's G5 gray sealer is gonna be our undercoat. It's gonna provide the proper undercoat, proper adhesion, and then our base coat is gonna cover that much better over a nice uniform sealer undercoat rather than having all these spots, because blues are very transparent, so it's gonna be tough to cover. And new bumper, we primered few edges, gotta burn through here, and this will seal it all in, give us a nice foundation for our base coat and the proper color match with the proper shade. Like I said, the blues are transparent, so we need to have the right shade of gray underneath it to get our color match. I use my Tecna Pro Light 1.3 for my sealer, and sealer I spray down at, I like to spray sealer pretty high, about like 26 psi, and yeah, we'll just stay on the primered area, stay away from the edge, try not to shoot too much overspray on the roof. And our sealer edge, we're gonna spray some spot blender Spray Max, part number 3680093. This pretty much kind of feathers in where my sealer ends and then where the painted clear coat, sanded clear coat is. That way you're not gonna have a rough texture. And yeah, we'll spray this on the edges of the sealer, let it flash off for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll do our base coat. So I'm just gonna throw a tiny bit of sealer here and here, that way we have the correct G shade gray on all panels where we're gonna blend. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm gonna let that flash off for 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna mix my base coat and then we'll be ready to spray it. It's called Blue Tour de France Metallic. And these are our toners right here. And we're gonna mix, let's do 11 ounces. All right, it's been well over 20 minutes, so our sealer is completely dry, and this is what we're looking like. Put a little sealer on the edges by the panels, just to ensure we have a nice clean color match and a good transition. Applied sealer over the entire rear bumper since it's a new or used one, and on the quarter panel stopped where we primered, and then I put spot blender on the transition. That way we smooth it out. So now we can apply our base coat and blend it out as needed. And we're gonna do our 2 coats and the control coat, so almost 3 coats, and that should do it. We'll check for coverage. Let each coat flash off. It goes from wet to matte looking once the base coat is dry. That's how you know. And then we'll do our 2 coats of clear. I'm gonna use my Segala 4600 Extreme built-in digital gauge DVR aqua cap for base coat, and this works for either waterborne or solvent paints. Doesn't matter. This is base coat, so whatever line you spray, it'll spray it wonderfully. It's got a nice wide and even fan patterns. That's why I love it. It's not going to give us any blotchy base coats, any tiger stripes, or any unwanted things. Basically this gun will do it all. And then I have the same spray gun for clear coat. I'll show you guys later, just a different cap. Once we get to clearing, I'll show you guys what I use. But yeah, let's shoot our 2 coats. Let me load up the gun. Make sure our base coat is thoroughly mixed and we don't have any color on the walls or on the bottom. If you didn't know, you can't really shake or agitate waterborne paint too much. You literally just have to stir it in, mix all the colors, and ready to go. So that's why I use these blue plastic sticks. They're nice and disposable. You don't have to worry about cleaning them. Mix it up and toss it. All right, we're ready for our clear coat. Be using the EC520 high production clear coat. Gonna mix about 25 ounces. EC520 with the ECH 5075 hardener and the ECR 75 reducer. I'm gonna mix that up really nicely. While I'm mixing this, let me show you guys what's going on in here. So pretty much I got the vehicle based up. We did 3 coats, got our coverage. Paint is looking nice and uniform, nice and even. Blended on the roof, kind of on this 1/3 of the roof. Stayed away from the edge, stayed away from there. Based everything here just to make it all seamless and original. When we install everything, it's gonna look like it wasn't even painted. And then here, blended it out, stayed away from the door. Went up to here a little bit just to feather it all out. And stayed away completely from this side. And our rear bumper, of course. So, we are ready to do our clear. So far looks good, very happy with it. Cross my fingers and hope for the color match to be on point, but if it's slightly off, it's definitely blendable, so I'm not worried about what I'm doing here. I am a little worried about how the trunk is gonna look along with the quarter panels and how the door is gonna look with that quarter, since it's a complete butt match, they call it. But worst case scenario, I'm gonna blend that door, I'm gonna blend that trunk, and we'll forget about it. And for this one, I'm gonna use the Segala 4600 Extreme Digital with the DVR Titania cap. This one has a little more finer nozzles, extra holes, automizes the clear coat beautifully, nice large fan pattern, and just lays it out nice and smooth. So I use this one, EC520, beautiful combination. I like to close the lid and then add the remaining clear in there so it can go over the top and I won't spill anything. And that's how we get over 25 ounces into a max 23.5 ounce cup. Maximize the square footage. The Ferrari Roma is officially painted, clear coated, dry, and ready to rock and roll. As you just saw, looking beautiful, super clean. Love the color, love the transitions, can't tell. Nice, seamless paint job. We can finally start putting this car together, but first, we're gonna get it out of the spray booth and into Vlad's corner so he can continue his work. Quarter replacement turned out great. Seam is not visible. Everything looks original and very factory-like. Looks like nothing ever happened. Let's get this car out of the spray booth and on to the next project. All right, the Ferrari Roma is finally painted, pretty much assembled, I'd say 90% on the exterior anyways. Oh, the sun just came out. Here's our blend. The car is dirty. It's been sitting for a little bit, but gotta get the glass in, interior assembled, glass in, give it a nice detail, and she'll be ready to go. But here's what we're looking like. We did end up blending the door and the trunk. Color was tiny bit off, not noticeable, but we blended within the door, and as you can see, the color match now is perfect. Stayed away from the front. Sorry I didn't do a video on that, but got a good match here, got a good match here. You don't really see the transition, you don't see the color variant or difference. So other than that, same with the trunk, just painted the whole entire trunk. That's why I blended for security reasons. This portion of the quarter, this portion of the quarter where it meets the bumper. So then I knew if the color was going to be off, I can just shoot the trunk, blend the door, and not worry about what I already did. So check it out. Now that the sun came out, we can clearly see the beautiful blue metallic paint job. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching my video. Hope you enjoyed the painting process of this Ferrari Roma. If you liked the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments below if you like the new style of video where I just kind of record the whole entire process with little to no editing, let you guys see the whole entire spraying process, technique, and application. Or if you guys like to watch more of like cinematic action shots and not entirely the whole entire process, but let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. We'll catch you guys on the next one.